When you first see the Read and Write for Google icon, it appears as a purple puzzle piece in a drop-down tab under your toolbar, like this. So you don't readily see the features or the options until you select the puzzle piece and the toolbar drops down. To start using the extension, you click on the puzzle piece as we did, and then you can see the tools that are available for students and adults alike. Now this is a free extension. And all these features appear in the extension when you put it in your toolbar, but many of them drop off after the first month. It essentially gives you a month's trial. I'm going to go over the features that remain operational for students after the month that really provide some powerful supports. So one of the most useful tools is the Read and Write for Google text-to-speech feature. And in order to use this, you simply put your cursor wherever you want to start your reading. So I'm going to put it right here. Press the play button or the play tab and it starts reading.
This extension is free to students, however some of the features are only available for a month's trial.
So I just selected stop, and in that case it stops reading and sort of loses your place in the document. If you want to stop reading but remain and understand where you were in the document, you can use the pause button. And this is what that looks like.
This extension is free to students, however some of the features are only available.
So as you can see, I selected pause and the highlighting remained, and now I know where I am in my place. And just a note that this tool does highlight the words as it reads them, so it makes for a more engaged way of reading text or providing text-to-speech. So some of the students who might benefit from this tool are those who prefer to hear text at the same time as they're reading, students who learn best auditorily or through listening, and students who struggle to read but comprehend well when the text is read to them. So one other tool that remains for students is the translation tool. I'm going to press stop and the highlighting will go away. So the translation tool will translate a single word into a word of your choosing in a different language. So I'm going to select the word complete, put my cursor on it, and go to the translate icon, which is the crossed arrows, and it will completely translate the word for me in my selected language. And that also remains after the month's trial. In order to customize and make it more your own, there are some flexibility and options available. So I'm going to click this settings icon, and we can see that we have choices over voice. And I'm going to drop down, and you can see there are many options, many that speak English, US and UK, and if you come down here there are some Australian. And then there are other voices that will read different languages. So you can select the language that you would like it to read in. However, just to be sure to know, it does not translate from one language to another, but it will read that language with the correct pronunciation. Another option is you can adjust the speed, so it can read very slowly or medium, slow, fast, whatever works best for you. So we would encourage your students to sort of play around with this feature and see what works best for them. The continuous reading option will allow the tool to keep reading from sentence to sentence when this is checked. If you uncheck it, the reading stops when it reaches the punctuation points. That would be period, question mark, or exclamation mark, and then you can restart by selecting the play button again. And the last option will allow you to change what language you want the word translated into when you select the translate option. So that in a nutshell covers the features that remain available to students in the free version of Read and Write for Google.